Number 16, Colin Patterson, you're watching SteeldogsTV.
Sunday the 17th of January, and the Bradfield Brewery Sheffield Steeldogs were looking to make it 3 wins on the bounce with a game against the Swindon Wildcats. There were no goals in the first period. We joined the action in the second session, Swindon in the red, Steeldogs in the white uniforms. The Wildcats were to score the opening goal of the night at 29:48, Aaron Nell popping the puck home at the back post. Just over 2 minutes later, and the Steeldogs were level at 1-1. Good work by Corhorn and Bozas. Tom Squires there to fire it home. The Dogs were to take the lead before the end of the period. A great pass from Tim Smith, finding Bozas, pulls the move, and Stevie Lyle's beaten 2-1 to the Steeldogs. Into the final period, and the Wildcats were level at 50-22. Finucci getting in front of Sedlar to fire the puck home. '54th minute of the game, and the third line for the Steeldogs were to earn their reward for a good night's work. Having forced the Wildcats to cough up the puck in their own zone, Ashley Cowart's determination finds Cole Shudra, who fires it home for his first goal at iceSheffield. Swindon weren't giving up, but the Steeldogs' 3-2 lead was soon to be extended to 4-2. Hard work from the first line would create the second goal of the night for Tom Squires. The game wasn't over yet though. Swindon gained the puck, and that perennial thorn in our side, Jonas Hoog, with a blast past Dalibor Sedlar. Swindon went all out to try and find the equalising goal on a night when Dalibor Sedlar faced 52 shots. He wasn't to be beaten again. Final score 4-3 in favour of the Steeldogs. After the game, we spoke to captain Ben Morgan and goal scoring hero Cole Shudra. So we're joined by Steeldogs captain Ben Morgan after a 4-3 win over Swindon. Before we talk about tonight, thinking back to last night, another good win on the road down in Basingstoke, a real tough bruising encounter. What was your take on that performance?
It's always going to be a difficult game in Basingstoke. They've got a really strong team. They can play physical when they need to, and to be fair, we were expecting that. So for some reason, last 5, 6, 7 games we've been taking leads early in games, so that's been nice as well. And to go 2-0 up into what should have been first break, I think they scored with 24 seconds left, which was a bit disheartening. But other than that, fantastic start. And then obviously it were a case of putting into action what Woody's asked us to do, that game plan similar to last week in Telford. And it's just about discipline. That's key word that Woody's been trying to drill into guys. And if we can keep on staying disciplined and keep on working hard in right areas at right times, then we're obviously going to turn teams over. But hopefully the league's looking at us now and not thinking, oh, that's a bit of a surprise result and that's a bit of a surprise result there. So, because we're capable, and most weekends we are turning teams over. So hopefully, as I say, teams aren't looking at us now thinking, oh, I'm surprised about that result. So long may it continue, hopefully.
Indeed. End of the game, kind of things boiled over. It's been a game that kind of threatened it all night. Were you surprised with the extent of things at the end, or did you have the feeling that was coming?
I had sort of a bit of a feeling that it might happen, but having speaking to Brooksy, the referee, after the game, he thought that it started around our net, but it actually started because one of their players decided to fire a puck after the game at one of our players, hence the reason why one of our players retaliated, and that's the first thing the referee's seen. So he missed that initially, but then he's done the best that he can do, and I think he did quite well, to be fair to him. And obviously when external agencies, we call them, got involved on the bench as well, Brooksy did really well to get involved himself and tell him to back off, so I was quite impressed with that. But it's one of those games where we're always going to spill over, particularly because obviously we'd won game and they weren't happy with a few calls and obviously the result itself. So as I say, we've got plenty of toughness on team, and when you've got Pato on bench, it's nobody wants to mess about with him. But as I say, everybody stuck in and everyone dug deep, and it's a hard fought 2 points, but it's 2 points at the end of the day.
Indeed. And off the back of those, the good away wins, also kind of noticed an upswing in terms of the amount of support we're taking on the road. Is that something you guys kind of feel the benefit of when we're away from home?
Yeah, definitely. And it's not just people coming up bus, or the Wenger bus as we like to call it. It's a proper party bus now we're winning up road. But yeah, you can feel it. You can see the difference in the crowd, and obviously we can hear the support, and it's much appreciated. And obviously the uptake in the home games as well, we can see that we notice a difference, and it's just another step in the right direction for the club. And hopefully the fans are enjoying the type of hockey that we're playing. Completely different from what we were used to, but you look at last night's game, and if it needs to get physical, it gets physical. So we were just talking in change room. I think we thought we'd gone a full game out of penalty, but then there was that one incident where Dunks were unfortunate. I think puck's bobbled off his blade and it's gone out for a delayed game. But other than that, it kind of typifies what sort of performances we're putting in at the moment. You know what I mean? It's basic. It's gritty hockey, but at times it's really fluent and it's really skillful. But as I say, if it needs to be gritty and it needs to be a bit of a bruising encounter, we'll step up to play for any team against us.
Okay, and on to tonight. So ended up as a 4-3 win. Another one of those games that kind of sort of seemed to kind of swing from one way to the other. Were you getting nervous towards the end?
We knew they were always going to put pressure on us. I always said the games against Swindon, it can always turn out to be a cricket scoreline because it's got that much offence. It's ridiculous. But as I said, we stuck to game plan, and yeah, you can say we might be a little bit unfortunate, but we sat back a little bit in that last 5 minutes, hence the reason why they got that third goal. But Dally's put in a great shift again. He's had a fantastic weekend. I'd like to say defence in front of him. We've played short this weekend with Belly missing. Fingers crossed he's back this weekend. But if you ask him himself, he's made the right decision not playing this weekend with his injury. And we've managed to pick 4 points up, so I know he's delighted about that. But if we can get him back next week, it'll be really good news for the defensive core. But yeah, another 2 points from a 4 point weekend, and we're absolutely delighted with it. So just roll on next week and try and keep this streak going again. See if we can start another streak like we did just before Christmas.
Okay, and just last off about the young guys. So Cole kind of stepped up, kind of had a full-time part tonight, but also Liam Kirk with his first couple of shifts as a Steeldog as well. What do you think of the two youngsters?
Well, we know what to expect from Cole. He's a fantastic skater, really good puck handler, and it's just confidence, and it's more ice time with him. The more he gets in those situations, and he can read and react to what's going off, and it's just a learning curve. We tend to forget how young he is, and then you've got Kirk, who's even younger. And I think his first or maybe his second shift tonight, you wouldn't have even realised that he's 17 or 16, however young he is. He did fantastic on his shift, showed a lot of composure, and he's certainly one for the future. So hopefully we can keep hold of him. But we seem to have got a good group of junior players coming through now, and it's about funneling them in. And it's not long ago that there were myself and Belly and Haywood and even Dunks, bless him, when we were in that position and we were coming through. So it's important to keep it for the future. So yeah.
Great stuff. Thank you, and good luck for next weekend.
Thank you. Cheers.
So we're joined by Cole Trudger. So Cole had a regular shift tonight with Craig out of the lineup, filling in on the line with Woody and Ash. How was it kind of getting the full game for probably the first time, I guess, for you?
I don't know, it's just a good feeling because obviously Craig got banned yesterday, but if I need to step in, I'll step in and do what I can.
Okay, and are you sort of getting some chemistry because you've kind of dropped in on that line quite a few times recently? Do you feel you're building some chemistry with the rest of the guys?
Yeah, I mean, me and Calvert tonight, I thought we worked really well down low with Woody up on the top.
I'm nervous, Cole. I'm nervous.
What?
Should I try that one again?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Okay, so...
Chemistry with
so you've kind of...
just put it a bit close to Cole when you speak.
Yeah, okay. So you've kind of dropped in on that line quite a few times. Do you feel you're really building up some chemistry with those guys?
Yeah, I feel like me and Ash are working down low really well, and then you've got Woody, a really smart player up on the wire on top, and just holding plays in for me and Ash to work, and then eventually we got one and ended up putting it in.
Okay, and probably I think biggest cheer of the night was when you scored. Does it give you a bit of a buzz to hear that?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's my first home goal this year. I've scored away a few times, but yeah, it's a good feeling to score at home in front of all the fans.
Okay, and also kind of recently announced that you're in the under-18 GB under-18s squad for April over in Romania. Are you excited about that tournament?
Yeah, really excited. It's my first time representing GB. I think we've got a good set of guys and have a good run at the medals.
Great stuff. Thanks and good luck.